God bless you. Your boy Pastor Q coming to you from Glorify God Ministries. I pray that everybody's having an amazing weekend and staying safe. I got my homie with me. What's your name?
Sir David.
Sir David Carter. He's riding with me this morning. Heading to the store, but I thought it was a great opportunity and time to first put your seatbelt on, son. I thought it was a great opportunity as well to ensure that the story was told. Sir David, do you know why your name is Sir David?
No.
Perfect. Sir David is turning how old?
7.
7 years old. He will be 7 this coming Thursday. He's very excited because he thinks he's about to get all these Legos and toys and stuff, which he is probably. But more importantly, I thought it was important to tell him what his name means, because not only will it help him, I think it's going to help you. Sir, your name is Sir David for a number of reasons. First and foremost, in the Bible, in the book of Samuel, which is in the Old Testament in the Bible, there's this prophet. His name was Samuel, okay? His job was to go, as God told him to, and find the new appointed king. When he was going around, he went to this guy's house. This guy's house, his name was Jesse. Okay? So this is the father. The name was Jesse. Jesse had like 7 sons. A whole bunch of boys. And all these boys that he had in the house, Samuel had to come to identify and find out which one was going to be king. You know what it means to be king? It means to be the big man on top. It means to be the one that's going to rule the nation. It's kind of like Lion King, you know what I'm saying? Whereas Mufasa died, but then came Simba. Remember that? So he goes to the house, and Jesse, the father, brought all of his boys in front of Samuel. It was like, maybe it's not this one son, maybe it's that son, maybe it's this son. But God kept telling Samuel, no, that's not it. That's not him. Guess who he forgot to bring in front of Jesse? Guess his name. What was his name? What do you think his name was that he forgot to bring in front of Jesse? Sir David. His name was just David, but we'll get to the Sir part a little bit later. So, David, his job was to take care of the sheep. He was out there cleaning up sheep boo-boo. He was out there, you know what I'm saying, doing what he needed to do to make sure that the field was okay and make sure that none of the sheep got lost. That was his job every single day. And a lot of things at times in life, people think that your job, as far as like cleaning up after animals or doing stuff like that, is not as cool as other jobs, you know what I'm saying? But it's very important. And it's actually one of the most important jobs that that David had, because he was responsible for making sure that none of those sheep were lost. As you learn about David going on in his life, that was his job, is to make sure that none of us or none of the people of God were lost. And David messed up. You know what I'm saying? Later on in life, David gonna do some stuff and he gonna mess up. And that's gonna be like you. When you get older, you're gonna do some things in life. You're gonna make some mistakes. You're gonna make some, you know what I'm saying, errors as you grow up and become a young man. And that's all right. You know what I'm saying? Dad did too. I made a lot of mistakes. I messed up a lot. You feel me? I mess up every day. But God still loves us. Got me? All right. So David was still out in the back. The father forgot about him. Sometimes, son, in life, people are going to forget about you. They're going to forget that you are in the classroom. They're going to forget that you are not chosen for the team. They're going to forget that you are even there. And I've had to deal with that sometimes in my life too, whereas I was forgotten about. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, dang, I'm sitting right here. Y'all forgot, y'all didn't even think about me as far as being one that could do it, or you didn't even choose me, or you overlooked me, or you didn't even think to say that let's consider Jason. So the purpose behind Sir in your name is, no matter what you do in your life, no matter where you go, and what you want to be when you grow up. What you tell me you want to be when you grow up?
An artist.
Okay.
And a racer.
A racer? Like a car racer? All right, bro. Well, racing. I mean, Michael Jordan got a whole race NASCAR team now. So
Oh, wait, I
okay.
mean the NBA basketball player.
You want to be an NBA too? So you got a whole line of stuff that you want to do. But say that you don't become a racer. Say that you don't make it to the NBA. And say that you don't become an artist. No matter what you become, people always got to call you what?
Sorry.
Sir David. Because your name is Sir, which means that they respect you. There's a stature, there's a level of respect that people give when they say Sir or Ma'am. That's why you say yes, sir, yes, ma'am when you talk to mommy and daddy
But
sometimes.
I always think that they say my name.
They are saying your name, but your name is Sir David. But it's also there's a reason why mommy and daddy say they're gonna call you Sir, because they're gonna always respect who you are. It's kind of why your name is really popular, because everybody likes to say Sir David, Sir David. Like your homies Julian and Jerry, they love saying your name because it's kind of catchy. It's a catchy tune, but also it's giving respect to who you are. And so that's the purpose of why your name is Sir David, because Sir is going to get the respect. But David was a cool dude. David made mistakes, but the biggest compliment or the biggest thing that David was known for in the Bible was he was a man after God's own heart, which means he really, really loved God. And you love God, right? You know Jesus personally. Jesus is your homie, right? Facts. So David was forgotten about, but then Jesse was like, okay, that's it. I got one boy, but his name is David. He in the back cleaning up after sheep boo-boo, but I can get him. As soon as David came in the house, God said, that's the one. That's the man right there. He's the one. Anoint him. Make him the king. And that was cool because as soon as he came in, he became king. But one thing about David, as he was growing up and getting ready to be king, a lot of people was hating on him. They didn't like him because they was like, oh, he think he all that. David he used to fight. He used to, you know what I'm saying? He was a good, handsome looking young man, similar to you. But a lot of people hated on him. And a lot of times in life, son, as you get older, people gonna hate on you just because of your name. People gonna be angry with you or don't want to be your friend and act and treat you all different and stuff, all because of who you are. But what's dope about who you are is you're God's child. And there's nothing that anything that God is going to allow to happen in your life that any man can stop. You feel me? So it's amazing that your name is Sir David. So it's okay to be forgotten because you're favored, which means that you're always going to be taken care of. God is always going to look after you. When you were being born, me and mommy had to go to the doctor, and they was telling us all crazy stuff about how you were going to have challenges and all these different things that was going on in your life before you even got here. And so mommy and daddy was freaking out. We was like, what? Something's going on. It's going to be an issue. And we didn't understand it. But God, being God, he knew you before you were even created in mommy's womb. I don't even know how you got here, bro. Because you were a surprise to us. You feel me? You were a surprise to mommy and daddy. You're such a blessing, Sir David. And what happened was everything that the doctors said, you can take a seatbelt off now, we're here. Everything that the doctors were saying about you never happened because God took care of you, because God had his hand on you. And you remember when you were born, and not right away, but like maybe a year or two or something, you started talking to us and you told us how you remember that you were in heaven, and you remember how Jesus let you pick me and mommy. You remember that? That's pretty dope. And that's just to show just how anointed you are and just how cool it is that God chose you to have us be your parents, or chose us to be your parents. Because I didn't think that we, you know what I'm saying, deserve to be your parents, you know, because you're such a cool kid. So that's kind of how it is with David, whereas David was such an anointed young man and he was so powerful. That's why he's my favorite person in the Bible. David was forgotten about, kind of like daddy was forgotten about sometimes when he was a little boy, and forgotten about as a man at times, and you're going to be forgotten about on the playground when you don't get picked up to play on the basketball team and stuff like that. But it's okay because God don't forget about us, right? Then David was favored, meaning God had his hands on him from the very beginning, just like he did you, just like he did daddy, just like he did your brother Jason, just like he did your sisters. God has his hands on us, and he's always going to look out for us. So even when you're forgotten, you're always favored. You feel me? So I'm excited for your birthday, bro. I'm more excited so that way you know a little bit more about why your name is Sir David. So tell me and everybody why your name is Sir David today. Do you understand what I just shared with you?
Yeah.
All right. Well, why is your name Sir David?
Because Sir is the one with respect,
Mm-hmm.
and David is the one who got the sheep.
That's right. So you got a big responsibility, man, as you get older. And I'm going to do my best to teach you the ropes and show you some stuff, you know what I'm saying? But I think you're going to be all right, man, because God is totally on your side, man. So that's the story about Sir David. Sir David, and that's going to help somebody today who feels like they are been forgotten about. I feel like they are not good enough, or feel as if like they can't do whatever it is that God told them to do. But they can do it, right? Why can they do it?
Because of God's help.
That's right, because of God's help. So I pray that this blesses somebody today to know that even though you've been forgotten, you're still favored. And God is going to take care of you, and you can do it. Tell them they can do it, Sir David.
You can do it.
God bless you. I pray that you have an amazing day, an amazing week. And we'll talk to you later. We're at the store now. Let's go get what? What we want to get?
I think Mom wanted.
Yeah. We're going to get what Mommy told us to do. We're on our to-do list. Love y'all.